What's up, Lindas? Today I'm going to be recapping the latest episode of Drag Race Brazil Season 2, Read Bruna to Filth. I've got some thoughts, so let's get into it. The top 5 walk back into the workroom after Adora Black's elimination, and Ruby Knox is devastated. You know, right before pulling food out of her thong and eating it. So it's a new week in the workroom, and the finish line is in sight. Well, sort of. We'll get there. Melina Blay is still without a badge, but is that about to change? At that moment, Judo Bertolini and Bruna Braga enter the workroom to announce that this week's Maxi Challenge is a roast. In particular, the queens will need to roast Bruna Braga and her sassy squad. In the walkthrough, Melina says that her drag persona isn't particularly comedic, so she's going to draw on the boy behind the makeup to kind of assist with the comedy. Poseidon feels the pressure, being basically the comedic relief of the season, and Malachi knows she's going to have to dig deep if she wants to survive the roast. Before Duduzona and Bruna leave the workroom, they announce that the queens need to assign the order of the roast themselves. And Poseidon says the order should be random. The fairest way to do this is to put names into a hat and draw them out. And so the order is as follows. We have Melina opening the show, followed by Malachi, Poseidon, Belky, and Ruby Knox closing the show. On Elimination Day, Ruby says that she wants at least one queen from Rio to make the finale, and I was wondering if that was some foreshadowing. So on the main stage this evening, we have Grag Queen. You guys know what I'm going to say. Black wig. Suits her every time. We have Dudu Bertolini, Bruna Braga, and extra special guest judge, winner of Drag Race France Season 2, Kiona. And it's so great to see Kiona judging and Mummy Wata winning France All-Stars all in the same week. So it's time for the roast. First up is Melina. And I love that her needing a badge has become a running theme at this point. Unfortunately, that theme is going to need to continue because whilst some of her jokes land, most of it is very awkward. Next up is Malachi Queen. It's similar to Melina's roast in that some jokes land and some don't, but overall she did quite well, better than she thought she would. Next we have Poseidon Drag, and girl, so confusing. She goes on a lot of tangents with no satisfying punchlines. I thought she would do better given how naturally funny she is, but I guess she kind of flopped in the Snatch game as well. Next is Belky, and luckily she saves the vibes by bringing the humour. Grag was cackling like a crazy person. It was excellent. And last but not least, we have Ruby Knox closing the show. She gives a very funny intro by walking off the stage and then walking back, waving maniacally. I would say that she was second best to Belky. I thought Belky was better, but I really like what Ruby did with her set. She had some really great moments, including when she was describing what it means to be bisexual. The category is a glass heart, and I gave my top 2 to Ruby Knox. I just love this wig. This wig is incredible. She looks gorgeous. So it's time for the judges' critiques, and nobody is safe. First up, we have Malachi. They loved her runway and how it fit her perfectly. She's told her roast could have used more rhythm, but it wasn't bad. Ruby Knox is next. They said she had sharp punchlines and good physical comedy, and her runway was stunning as well. Poseidon is in the bottom for an unoriginal look and a less than stellar roast. Her punchlines just never landed. Melina is told that she looks incredible. Everything was working aesthetically, but she had the weakest roast of the night. And I do like Melina's look, but I don't like the bottom half. It's just a panty. I wish we had more going on at the bottom. On the other end of the spectrum, Bucky is in the top for an incredible roast, but is told she had the weakest look of the evening. In Untucked, Melina says it hurt to hear that her roast was the weakest of the night, and Poseidon is simply disappointed in herself. And honestly, I'm disappointed because this was a very underwhelming roast. Back on the main stage, Ruby gets her second win of the season, and I honestly think that Belky would have won if not for her runway. But it's sweet that Ruby says she's going to share her badge with Belky all the same. Belky and Malachi are made safe, which leaves Poseidon Drag and Melina to lip-sync it out. They perform to Bishino by Dudu Beat. I have no idea if I said that right. Poseidon is giving great comedy, and Melina is playing off of Poseidon. They were working together as a team, basically intent on entertaining the judges. It was really cute, but I would not have saved them both, which is ultimately what ends up happening. It's the second double Shantae of the season, and I don't think it was necessary. I felt like this was Melina's time to go. It made sense. Her storyline had ended here at this point. And honestly, I'm really questioning the last 2 episodes of Drag Race Brazil. I honestly feel like it's gone downhill a bit. It had a much stronger start. And as you can see, the girls were not impressed. And so the top 5 is still a top 5. It's still anyone's game to win, but I'm going to guess that Ruby's going to win this season. My friends, what did you think of this week's episode? Did you agree with the double Shantae? Next week is the makeover, and I think what would be really great is if we had a double elimination. We should have a double elimination to make up for the 2 double saves this season. But as always, give me all of your thoughts, and I'll be back soon with another video.